This is the next chapter after Miss Hanson's. Remember, as we're reading, listen out for interesting and exciting words and phrases. Through the gate. Fingers trembling, I light the skulls. The lights in the little town by the lake blink on too, throwing an orange glow across the darkness below. I try my best to ignore them, wipe my hands on my apron, and make sure the fence gate is shut tight. I go into the house, sit at the table, and wait. A strange tingling rising up the back of my neck. I stand again, not knowing what to do with myself, and walk around the room. The house has been healing well. There are few signs now of the damage caused by the fire. Most of the burned wood has grown back, even stronger than before. All the furniture and fabrics are clean, although the old scorch mark remains. I move into my bedroom and look at the mossy fort the house grew for me, and my eyes sting. What will happen to you if I don't come back? I ask the rafters. The house shrugs its eaves and stretches its legs. I suppose that means it will run off to find another yaga to bond with. I purse my lips and shake my hair away from my face. I don't want to be the next guardian, but the thought of someone else in my and Baba's house makes my chest burn. I strike back into the front room and stare at the space where the gate will open. Go on then, open it. I don't mean to say the word so harshly, so I add, please. All the muscles in my body are tightly coiled, my jaw clenched. I need to do this now before I change my mind. A rush of air swishes down the chimney and all the candles flicker out. I blink, adjusting my eyes to the darkness, and see stars in the distance far away. I step towards the gate, my legs heavy and a hard knot in my stomach. The closer I get, the stronger I feel the pull of the stars, as well as if they were tugging on my skirt with long, cool fingers. My heart drums in my chest and blood surges round my body faster than ever before. It pounds in my ears and I gasp at how alive I feel all of a sudden. I stand on the last floorboard and lean into the gate. Fear shivers through me. It feels like I'm on tiptoe at the edge of a great cliff, and just a breath of wind will be enough to lift me up and away. I picture Baba smiling her crooked-toothed smile and dancing with the dead, and I focus on keeping that image right at the front of my mind as I take one more step. Silence envelopes me as I enter the darkness. Then lights appear one by one, flickering like fireflies. They are beautiful. They move slowly at first, then they accelerate upwards until they are lines of light, and I realize it's me that's moving, not them. I'm falling. My ears pop from the pressure change, and immediately I hear the roar of the black ocean below. Panic speeds my heart until it is thundering against my ribcage. Something is wrong. The dead float calmly off to the stars. The dawn plummets down to the black ocean. Words from the story of Baba of the baby who would not be guided ran through my mind. Being heavier than the dead who float to the stars, she fell into the black ocean. But before I can use the words to figure out why I'm falling instead of floating, I smack into the ice water. I gasp for air, but my throat has clamped shut and my lungs have seized up completely. My limbs thrash around uselessly as I'm tossed upward by open waves and pulled back and forth by freezing currents. Just as I think my chest will explode, my airways burst open and air rushes in. I breathe and kick my legs rhythmically, counting beats in my mind until I feel in control. Then I start to swim. In the distance, waves are smashing into the glassy mountains with a clinking that reminds me of walking over hollow stones with Benjamin. I swim towards the noise, rising and falling over the swirl of the waves until my whole body is aching and numb from the cold. Glimpses of light reflected in the sheer glass cliffs run past my eyes. A huge wave lifts me up and throws me into the hard, flat surface. My hands slide down, searching for a grip, but it's smooth as a mirror. No matter how hard I try, I can't get a purchase on the glass. Each time I slip back into the icy water, my head burns with frustration. I even try to use my teeth and nails like Baba in the story, but it's hopeless. The mountain rises up forever. Small, dark, and impossible. What am I going to do? I can't go back. I can't go on. Ouch! Something collides with my shoulders with a deafening squawk and a dramatic ruffle of soaking wet feathers. Jack, what are you doing here? My voice is breathless, overpowered by the crash of freezing waves. Jack jumps onto the glass and his claws sink in with a crack. He pecks on the surface until a hole widens beneath his beak. When it's deep enough for me to get a few fingers in, he hops up the cliff face and pecks another hole. I heave myself up. The glass digs painfully into my fingers, but it gets easier when I can push my toes into the holes and use my feet too. The roar of the ocean fades as I climb higher until it's just a whisper far below. Finally, my hands curl around the top of the mountain and I pull myself up onto a small flat peak. The universe surrounds us, light and color drifting through inky darkness, silver stars, purple and green nebula, and billowing red clouds. Meteors, or maybe the souls of the dead, fly past on their way back to the stars. I lift my hand to my mouth and stare at the endless space, my eyes aching from opening so wide. Jack lands on my shoulder and I stroke his neck. I want to tell him off for following me and thank him for helping, but I don't say anything. Words just aren't enough. We watch as a long milky path of stars rotates towards us until its shiny light is right at my feet. With a deep breath to fill my lungs with courage, I close my eyes and step onto it, half expecting to fall through it as if it was a cloud. But my feet float above the path. I open my eyes, smile, and begin the long walk to the stars. It's not cold nor warm. I can't feel my wet clothes against my body or the water I see dripping from my hair, but I feel the ache in my legs getting more intense the further I walk. I lose all sense of time, and tiredness makes my eyelids heavy. They fall over my eyes and flicker back up when I realize I'm drifting to sleep, until suddenly they open to blazing light ahead. Stars are swelling like glitter in a whirlpool, the light intensifying to a center that is too bright to look at.